Hi everyone, welcome to another maths lesson. Today we're going to do simultaneous equations. Our learning objective is to solve simultaneous equation by elimination method. So this is what we're going to learn. So let's start. And if you still remember, in our previous lesson, we introduced simultaneous equation, and we said simultaneous equations are, for example, you've got two equations, in this case, two lines. And if you plot those two lines, they will cross in one point. And that common point has got coordinates, x and y. And the x coordinates and y coordinates will be the solution for the simultaneous equation. So those two simultaneous equations, x minus y equals 2, minus x minus 5 equals minus 2, they got this point in common, and that's the solution of the simultaneous equation. In our case, the x coordinate is 2 and the y coordinate is 0. So that is what we have seen. Okay? We have also seen a simple way of solving it algebraically by using elimination method. Today, we're going to expand what we started in last lesson. So we're going to take a few steps further, and we're going to solve a bit much harder equations using elimination method. So let's start with some examples. This is the first example which I got here. It says 2x minus 3y equals 2, x minus 2y equals 1. Now, unlike the previous lesson, either the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y are same. None of them are same. So the coefficient of x are different and coefficient of y are different. So we cannot eliminate any one of them straight. So what we need to do, we need to do some work. We need to come with our own numbers to make either the coefficient of x same or the coefficient of y same. And we need to choose the easier one. If you look y, 3 and 2, the only way you can make same is if you times two different numbers to 3 and 2. So that needs two numbers. If you look 2 and 1, you can easily times only 2 to the bottom equation to get 2x. So it's easier to make the x the same. So let's make x the same now. Fine. So all what I need to do is to times 2 here at the bottom. By doing that, let me write down the equations again. Underline this. So the top equation I have under anything. So it says 2x minus 3y equals 2. The bottom one becomes 2x minus 4y, because the whole equation I'm going to times by 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. Underline it, because they are same. I need to take away the equations. If you take away, this become plus because of the minus before, and this become minus. 2x take away 2x, that is gone, eliminated, that's the whole point. Minus 3y plus 4y, there's only 1y left, and that equals 2. 2 take away 2, that is 0. So we got our y coordinates. Let's take the first equation to get our x coordinate. Okay, let's take the first one to get our x coordinate. The first equation says 2x. The first equation says 2x minus 3y equals 2. And if I substitute y with 0, because we find that y is 0, that's where you go. And by solving that for x, you got 2x equals 2, because minus 3 times 0 is there. And finally, you got x is 2 divided by 2, and you find x is 1. What's the common point now? X first. So this is the common point. That's how you solve it. So unlike the previous lesson, you need to come with your own number to make either the x coordinates or y coordinates the same. In this example, we make the x coordinates the same. Now here I got another example where you go 4x minus y equals 5, 3x minus this. You see 4 and 3, the only way we can make if we use two numbers, but minus 1 and minus 2, we can make them same by times in a single number. So I'm going to make y is the same now, okay? I'm going to make y is the same. I need to times the top by 2 to make y is the same. Underline it. That gives you 8x minus 2y equals 10. I haven't done anything to this equation, so I'm going to copy as it is. This is what I got. Now my y's are same. They got the same sign. So I need to take away the equations. Yeah. 8x take away that, that's 5x. Minus 2y plus 2y, they're gone, that's all we wanted. And 10 take away 0 is just 10. Solve it out, that's 10 divided by 5. So you got x is what? Your x is 2. Yeah? Let's get y now. Let's take the top equation for y, which says 4x minus y equals 5. Let us fill x by 2, so that's what we got. Minus y equals 5. Take to the other side. Minus y is 5 minus 8. Minus y is minus 3. And finally y is 3. What is the point now? The x coordinates 2 and the y coordinates 3. We're on the second one. One more example. This is another example. Now this is different than both examples that we have seen so far. Why? Because there's no single number that makes the x coordinates the same, and there's no single number that makes the y coordinates the same. The x coordinates needs two numbers to make them the same, and the x coordinates needs two numbers to make them the same. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. Let's make x the same, okay? By times in two numbers. 2 and 3 was the lowest common multiple on 2 and 3. That's 6. So to get 6, I need to times here by 3, and I need to times here by 2. Underline the whole equation. Times 3 to the top equation gives you 6x, gives you minus 9y, and gives you 15. That's what it gives you. 3 times 2, that's 6x. 3 times 3, that's minus 9y. 3 times that. And the bottom one gives you 6x minus 4y equals 0, because 0 times 2 is 0. If you underline it, x is the same, so you need to take away the equation from each other. That's what you need to do. 6x take away 6, that's gone. Minus 9y take away 4y, that gives you minus 4y, and that gives you 15. And finally, your y is 15 divided by 5, which is the same as divided by minus 5. If you divide a negative number, you get a negative answer, so that gives you minus 3. Now we know our y. It's 15 divided by 5, and that's it. Let's get our x. Let's use one of the original equation. Let's use the second one, which says 3x minus 2 equals 0. We know what y is. Y is minus 3. So fill it. 3x minus 2 minus 3 equals 0. That gives you 3x minus 6 equals 0. And finally, solve for x. 3x is 6. And x is 6 divided by 3. So that gives you x is 2. Now what's the point now? The point is x2 and y minus 3. These are three solid examples which shows you a variety of simultaneous equations and how to solve it. Okay? I hope you understand. Now I got here 3 questions for you to try. Those 3 questions, okay? You need to stop the video now and try them. Fine, I think you have tried, so let's do it together. First one is this one. Underline it. Now, which one is easier to make the same? Y is easier. I need to times 2 to the top equation. That's all what I need to do. So top equation times 2. Now that gives me minus 4x minus 2y equals 4. The bottom equation stays the same. Okay? And that's where you go. Underline it. Because those two are same, we need to take away the equations. Take away. So that gives you minus 4x minus 3x. Be careful. That's minus 7x. Minus 2y plus 2y is gone. That's the whole point. 4 take away 4, 0. So we find that our x coordinates 0. Let's find our y. Let's use the top equation, which says minus 2x minus y equals 2. We need to use this equation to find our y coordinate. X is 0, so fill there 0. Minus 2, 0, minus y equals 2. That gives you minus y equals 2. And finally, we don't need minus y, we need y, so y becomes minus 2. What is the solution? We find the x 0 and y is minus 2. So that's how we do that one. Let's do this one now. Question B. Again, x are not the same, y are not the same. Both of them, if you times the one number, you can make the x coordinates the same. And if you times one single number, you can make the y coordinate. And to be honest, the number is 2. Let's make the x the same. Okay, so let me times here by 2. By doing that, the top equation stays the same. That's 2x minus y equals 2. And the bottom equation becomes 2x minus 4y equals minus 4. You underline it. X's are same, so you need to take away. You need to times it by minus. This becomes plus because of the minus, and minus times minus gives you plus, and this becomes plus as well because it's a minus, and you are times with minus. 2x take away 2x, that's gone. Minus y plus 4y. If you are good with negative numbers, you got 3y's. 2 plus 4, that's 6. And finally, what's our y? Our y is 6 divided by 3, which is simply what? 2. Now we got our x, our y. To get our x, we can use any of those two equations. Let us use the top one, which says 2x minus y equals 2. What's y? Y is 2, so fill in there. So you got 2x minus 2 equals 2. And finally, you got 2x equals 4. And finally, x is 4 divided by 2. And x is 2. What's the point now? The point has got an x coordinates of 2 and y coordinates of 2. Last equation now, 3x minus 4y, so underline it. Here it doesn't matter which one you make the same, because the x needs 2 numbers and the y needs 2 numbers. Let's make x's the same and eliminate them. Now I need to times the top by 3, and I need to times the top by 2. That's how I can make both of them 6. The lowest common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. By doing that, the top equation becomes 6x minus 12y equals 6. And the bottom one becomes 6x minus 10y equals minus 4. Take away, so times it minus, where plus was become minus and the whole minuses become plus because you are timesing now by minus. 6x take away 6x, that's something, that's 0, minus 12y plus 10y, that gives you minus 2y. And here you got 10. Finally, your y is 10 divided by 2 minus 2, and y is minus 5. Let's take one of the two equations to find our x now. Let's take the top one, which says 2x minus 4y equals 2. What's our y? It's minus 5, so let's fill in there. You got minus 2x minus 4 minus 5 equals 2, and that gives you 2x minus 4, that gives you plus 20, if I'm right, and that gives you 2. Let me say it again. 6 and 4 is 10. 10 divided by minus 2 is minus 5. So 4 times minus 5 is 20. 20 equals there. Now, finally, you do 2x equals 2 minus 20. And that gives you 2x equals minus 18. And finally, your x is minus 18 divided by 2, which is minus 9. Now, what's the point now? The point is x coordinates of this and the y coordinates of minus 5. This is how you solve simultaneous equations. Okay, we have seen a lot of different equations where you can make x is the same by just the times in a single number, or y is the same by just the times in a single number, or sometimes you need 2 numbers like the last example. In the previous lesson, we have seen where x or y are already the same, and we don't need to times it any number, but we take away. Also, we have seen graphically what simultaneous equations mean. If you plot the 2 lines, they will have one point in common, and the coordinates of that point is the solution of the simultaneous equations. I hope you understand. There's a worksheet that goes with this lesson. Make sure that you complete that worksheet, and when you complete it, make sure that you use the answer sheet to mark your work. Thank you very much, and see you in another interesting maths lesson.